Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be Bruce's Human Touch. Thanks very much to Hansel, Matthew and Robbie Forster for the request. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon for notifications. Also be sure to follow to the end of the video just in case I go through any parts that aren't in the walkthrough. So what I'll do now is play the whole song through and you'll see Pro tab appear on the screen, and then I'll come back and go through all the individual parts. So see you in a bit. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what I'm going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so chord wise and also strumming wise for most of the song is actually quite straightforward. The only bits that change quite a bit are the middle eight and obviously the two guitar solos. So chord wise, what I suggest is for the verses and most of the parts is to use either a normal G. I think he plays it with his second and third and fourth fingers. It's then a lot easier to go to the next chord, which is a C sus4. I think he's doing that. So normal G with your second, third, and your fourth fingers, or you could even do kind of like a G5, which is a power chord. Fret-wise, third fret low E, open D. So block the A string out by flattening your middle finger over the A string. Open D, open G, third fret B, third fret E. Or again, just a normal G chord. Now I think he's doing a C sus4. So fret-wise 3, 3, 0, 1, and aim just to play the middle four strings. So either block off the low E string with your thumb, if you can, or even just push your third finger against the E string, making sure you're not bending any of the strings. And then use your first finger to block the E string. And I think that's what he's doing. This is the bass and the keys are playing kind of an F note. So really what's happening is you're getting this kind of F kind of add 9 kind of sound because you've got a G in there. You could also play an F add 9 chord, which is this. You never know in a band situation. I think maybe one guitarist probably actually does play something like this. So fret-wise 3, 0, 1. From the D string and then third fret E string. So you could play that F add 9 chord instead of the C sus2. Or if you're in a band, one person plays the F add 9 every time you see a C sus4 or C sus4. And then you've got C chord. Again, this is the chords for all the verses, most of the sections of the song. And also the rhythm is pretty straightforward. So rhythm-wise, what we've got is G major, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, and 3, 4. So the great thing about this rhythm is you're changing from the C sus4 to the C on the and of 2. So let's check that out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So make sure you're trying to change the chord on the and of 2 for that thing. So then you've got the first verse. What I'm going to do now is put up the song structure. Like I say, with all my song structures, I like to keep it as kind of structured and organised and simplified as I can. So basically what you see, if any chords appearing in between brackets, that means there's more than one chord per bar. So obviously check the tab and the walkthrough for the correct rhythm and notation and whatever. So the intro, for example, what we've got is that whole line is done twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then he does the same thing again. So if you look at the first verse in the structure, what you've got is that whole line 3 times. And in the next line, you're going to do the C sus4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So this time you're going to do C sus4 and then change to the G on the and of 2. So I'll just play that verse section. So the first verse, second verse, where are we? And then fourth verse and third verse, they're all going to be exactly the same structure. So the verse sections, 1, 2, 3, 4 verses in total, are going to go like this. G, 2, 3, 4, C sus4 to C. So 3 times of that, 2, 3, 4. And another round. And C sus4 for a whole bar, 2, 3, 4. Cool, then the chorus sections, you see here the first chorus, second chorus, where are we? Third chorus and the fourth chorus are all pretty much the same. The structure of the third and the fourth are slightly different, but I'll go through that. So first chorus, you're just simply changing the order of the chords. So this time you're going to go C sus4 for 1 bar and then C for 1 bar and that whole line 3 times. So I'll show you that. So 2, 3, 4. So this is the chorus. 3, 4. And 1 more round of that. Second line is C sus4, 3, 4. Same as the end of the verses, but you're going to do it twice. So that's first first chorus and the second chorus are exactly the same. First break, you've got your normal kind of intro verse chords there. Cool, so then the middle eight. So the middle eight, I've suggested doing a nice kind of classic kind of down, down, up, down, up. Again, it's quite a lot of layers and a lot of Bruce songs. It's often hard to hear exactly what they're doing. But this will sound really nice. And again, it's that classic down, down, up, miss, up, down, up I've suggested. Sounds quite nice. You're more than welcome to do a bit more strumming through the rest of the song as well. So, okay, so we've got A minor. Okay, so A minor, down, down, up, down, up. So I suggested going the C sus4 to the C, change on the and of 2, but with that strumming pattern. So second bar of the middle 8. So it goes like this: down, down, up, down, up. Then G major for a whole bar. D minor, A minor, C sus4 to C, whole bar of G, whole bar of C sus4, 2 bars of A minor. So I'll show you that middle 8 section again with that down, down, up, down, up pattern throughout. You just got those 2 bars where you're changing on the and of 2 for the second chord. So show you that middle 8 section again. C sus4 to C, whole bar of G, D minor, A minor, C sus4 to C, G, C sus4. The first guitar solo. Again, this is kind of my own take on it. I've kind of got the main kind of parts down there. Again, there's a lot of stuff going on, strings and things. So yeah, this is my own kind of version of it. It's kind of got most of the parts in there, but kind of my own take on it as well. So cool. So what you're going to do is coming on the and of 1 on the 3rd fret of the A string. 1 and 2, 3, 4. So you got 3rd fret A string, 3rd fret D string, and then open G string. So 1 and 2, 3, 4. And I think it sounds quite nice if you let it ring. So cool. So and then I suggested some triplet crotchets. So 1. Again, you're kind of just arpeggiating the chords, which is what he's doing in a lot of these kind of sort of simplified solos. So those 2 bars, first 2 bars, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 0, 3, 2. And I suggested kind of hammering on with that kind of C sus4 chord. Hammering on with the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G. 1 and 2. So you're hitting the 1st fret B string. So 1 and 2. And then this. 0, 3, 2 on the D string. And then some more triplets. 3, 2, 0, 3 on the A, 0, 2 on the D. So those first 4 bars again. Sounds quite nice. And they've got kind of a hammer on here. And this is bar 5 of the first solo. Again, a lot of the notes ring out here. It just sounds quite nice and full. So hammer on, open G, the 2nd fret G, and then the 1st fret B string. So you got this, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. It sounds quite nice again. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same as the original because it took me a while to even work out these kind of bits. There's a lot of fiddly things going on. And the next bar, I've got 1 and 2 on the coming on the and of 1 on the 1st fret B, and then this. So 2 E and then beat 3, 3 E and then on the start of beat 4, 1st fret B, and then go to the 7th fret G. Again, this is all from the key of C. But basically, it's a mode of C, but I'm not going to get into that. So those last 2 bars are bars 5 and 6 from the first solo. Goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2. And then 7th fret of the G string, and then you've got a bend, full 10 bend, 1.5 beats, and then a bend and release. And then bend and release, and then hit the 5th fret G. So 7th fret, full tone bend, 1, 2, then another bend. And the catch is quite a tough bend. I made a little mistake actually on the walkthrough. It didn't sound very nice, but so you got this. 1, 2. It's got that kind of nice kind of country bend. Then you pre-bend on the next bar. So you leave it held up and then release it, which is a pre-bend. And then you've got a full tone bend on the 3rd fret B string, but release it as well. On the 2nd, and a pull off on the 2nd fret of the G string. So those last 2 bars go like this. And then they go back into the break section. So that whole first solo goes like this. Basically going back into the next bit. Cool, so that was the first solo. Then you've got the break section, again, same as before. And then you've got the 4th verse, same as the all the other verses. And then you've got the 3rd chorus. So the only difference you've got here is you're not doing 2 rounds of that last line of the chorus. So I'll just show you that the 3rd chorus. So you've got C sus4 to C, C sus4 to C, and another round of that. The 4th chorus, okay? And the only difference with the 4th chorus is that last line, that C sus4, do 8 times. Cool, and then we've got like a 4-bar drum break. And now we're into the 4th break, which is 8 times through that. Yeah, as you can see, this song is a lot, it's actually a long song, it's 6.5 minutes. And that kind of pattern you do throughout, a majority of the song. Then the outro, you've got 4 bars drum break, and then you've basically got the riff, that kind of main riff, but it's done on keys for 4 rounds. So that riff, 2, 3, 4. But you're not going to do it. There's no guitar in that section, and then you're basically onto the final guitar solo. So I'll just go through the final guitar solo. So basically, what we've got. On the chords in the background are that G, C sus4, okay, which you're going to do basically 12 times. This is for the 2nd guitar solo. It does fade out on record, so you could go on longer or whatever. And on the first round of the G, C sus4, the end of that C sus4, C bar is when the 2nd guitar solo comes in. So I'll kind of just show you what I mean. So this is the first bar of the guitar solo, the 2nd one. So you're going to come in on the and of 3, 1, 2, 3, and do that. Open G string. Again, he's doing a lot of these kind of, this kind of rhythm. That's the gist I got from it. Again, these are kind of my own take on the solos, and they sound similar. May not be exactly what he plays, but it works really well. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 E. And then you've got this rhythm that I've just come up with, which goes 1 and 2. So 2nd bar, 2nd solo, you've got this. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3. Yeah, it's quite fiddly, that bit. So this is the rhythm. That's what I suggested. And then 3rd bar, the solo. Nice little pull off. 4-2-0 on the G string. And then that kind of rhythm going on. So that kind of trying to get that nice little rhythm going and just adding notes. That's kind of what he's just doing. So first 3 bars of this outro solo. And they carry on with that kind of open G, open D thing going on. And then do the same sort of thing. Then I think he's playing between the open D now and then 3rd fret B string. And then he's going to go like this. Sounds really cool. So rhythm-wise here, you've got this 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. Quite fiddly. I'm doing this like for 4 bars, okay? Open G, 8th fret B string. So 2 more bars. And then he goes up to the 15th fret. If any of you know your modes, I think this is... It's basically G... G Lydian or G Mixolydian, one of those two, where you've got the pedal note is a G, but the actual chords are from the key of C major, okay? The Colts She Sells Sanctuary does the same kind of thing. We've got a pedal note. It's quite a cool little thing to be able to do. So I'm just going to recap what we've done so far on this solo. So... And then the next bar, 13th fret, and at the end of it you go to the 12th fret. And then you do the same thing again. You might change it slightly differently on the record. It's quite hard to pick out exactly what he's doing. Again, he jams his kind of guitar solo, so he wouldn't play it the same thing twice anyway. So it's kind of good to get all these techniques down, and then kind of even jam along to the song yourself, come up with your own kind of variation on it. And then the next bar. So that's going from 15 to 17 with that kind of really nice rhythm pattern. 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. And then 18. And I've decided just to kind of just do a bit of nice vibrato on the 17th fret there on the B string. That's the rhythm. And then the last penultimate bar, you've got this. 1 and 2 E and a 3. Okay? And then you got this cool kind of classic, just kind of very classic Springsteen. It's kind of gone to the G major pentatonic there. So middle finger or third finger, full tone bend, 2nd fret G string, and then catch the 3rd fret E string, and then bend and release and pull off on the G string, 2nd fret, and 2nd fret D, open D. Okay. So again, the main thing about this is you've got this kind of. So basically, you've got the C major scale on the B string, a combination of those notes with an open pedal note on the G strings. It sounds awesome. It's a sort of cool thing, again, like the She Sells Sanctuary. It's a very cool technique. High and Dry by Radiohead. Where you kind of got some really cool stuff going on there with open strings as well, and then fretted notes on another string. So I'll play you that whole solo again. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. then again, you can either improvise after that. I think he might even be picking notes with his kind of chords. So you can play around with that as well. So that's the kind of my take on the solo. It might not be exactly the same as the original, but it's got a lot of the kind of main techniques and things like that in there. Cool, so that's pretty much everything. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Feel free to give it a thumbs up and comment if you've enjoyed the video. And subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell icon for notifications. So hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next week. Cheers, bye.